Well, hello everyone, welcome back to Life of Wonders. As you know, this is Polo, and I love making videos of dolls, toys, and Disney collectibles. And as always, if you like this kind of content and you feel like supporting the channel, then you already know what to do. So today I thought I would just share with all of you a bit of the merchandise that I got right as I left the theater. Um, After watching Wish, which I love to pieces. I think it's a marvelous original story to celebrate, to commemorate the centennial, the 100 years of wonder, or 100 years of Disney animation, actually. And with many like Easter eggs and things that will be connected to the storytelling that we all know from Disney animation, but again with a brand new story that I believe it was quite clever and quite nice to just put everything into context within today's perspective. So I love that, and so I had to buy many things from the merchandise, and I've already shared by the time um recording the ASMR video of the stars that were like the surprise um element, the surprise story. I actually got them all, and I repainted their faces with gold marker, because I found out that the printed faces weren't like great. But other than that, I'm very happy because, as you can see, the star is just about the real size, or as real as it could feel, in the proportion of the animation. And I love the different faces, and I just like, tried to make it look a little bit better. But you can enjoy that video. That was like a no language. I wasn't talking at all. I was just like, I didn't know how to do it, because I thought, okay, should I do it in two languages like ASMR but soft spoken or not? And then I decided to just go with like no language. But for now, I will just give you an overview. And while I do so, I just wanted to share my thoughts and feelings about this film, which again I love to pieces. And there might be spoilers here, so if you don't want to hear about those spoilers because you haven't watched the movie yet, then I would say skip on it and just move to the next video, in which I will probably be unboxing one of these items. Although I also have waiting the Mariah Carey Barbie doll, and I'm super excited about that one. So I don't know which one I will be uploading it next. But anyhow, so I thought I would start with this one. You can see once again how the little stars ended up being, which again I loved, and I'm going to be hanging them as holiday decorations, but quite possibly all year round. I love this character, and the good thing about this character, well, okay, so where should I start? The good thing about the star that appears in the film is that we would all have associated it to some sort of magic, is instantly, because that is the way we grew up with Disney. I mean, it's a magical element that will grant us a wish magically and with no reason, with no effort. It's just about having a very deep um, desire, and then asking for it. And in this movie, the way it's shown to the spectator, is that this star is basically just a reminder that we're all made of cosmic dust, and so we're all stars at the end. And so we should be in charge of our own wishes, and it's our responsibility in a way. Of course, we can have faith, and we can have hope, and we can direct our energy that way, but it's within us, which is something so very important that was incorporated in this movie. So this isn't like a magical star as such, it's a really cute kawaii character that appears to remind us and to lead us to um, engage and encourage our own power that we have within ourselves, which is something that, again, I think it was so clever and done in a really nice way. Well, this movie is set on an island in the Mediterranean Sea, and I believe it has to be very close to Spain because there is a lot of inspiration in the from the Mudéjar Al-Andalus style of architecture, also like the place with all the diverse cultures living together. Obviously, the language is supposed to be Spanglish, but because this is like a US film, basically. But other than that, you can see that well, it so happens in the Kingdom of Rosas, you can hear a little bit of flamenco and I don't know, a little bit of like the sound of what I associate with, especially southern Spain. And again, like the architecture, the time, the actual time in history in which we could find these places being populated by different cultures from different religions, different backgrounds, and it so happens to be very similar to that, as well as, again, the Queen Amaya refers to the King Magnifico as Mi Rey the whole time, even though I actually watched the film in English, and I'm going to be watching it in Spanish once again this week. But anyway, so I love that. The animation was so beautiful because it was like a combination of um, well, like very artistic renditions for the watercolor backdrops that took me back to quite possibly, I don't know, not just the Mary Blair backgrounds that we used to enjoy for Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, but also it reminded me so much of the style of Snow White as such, which is very present in this movie. I mean, there are like so many links, but Snow White is quite present, and obviously because it was the first feature film, that Disney um, created, which made a complete inflection point in animation in the whole history of pop history, I would say. But anyway, so and the way that we can find that is that we have Asha, and then the teens, which are all friends, are actually based or inspired by these seven dwarfs, and so the names start with the same letter, the color scheme is similar as well, and then their character, or there are a few like yeah, things within their personalities that we can definitely associate with them. But then again, the way I won't spoil the different Easter eggs, but there are like so many, especially to the classics such as Peter Pan, Snow White, Pinocchio, Bambi, also Brother Bear, I think is quite there. But Sleeping Beauty, Beauty and the Beast, I don't know, so many. And also like, I don't know, especially the cottage here reminds me so much of Enchanted. That was the live action, well, sort of like animated live action film with Giselle, that also sort of like wanted to make reference to, in a satiric way, but in a good way, to all the Disney baggage when it came to Disney fairy tailing, or fairy tale story, yeah, fairy tale storytelling, or princess movies, and so it really does reminds me of that. But anyway, I mean, it's again here you can also see parts of the architecture that I would associate with the different cultures that we're living, peacefully or not. I mean, not necessarily peacefully all the time, but for a period of time, I believe it was like that in southern Spain. And so I don't know, we can see like arabesque um, art renditions, as well as, for example, Saba Sabino, which is the grandfather of, well, by the way, Sabino is Spanish name, but then Saba is grandfather in Hebrew, and so again you can see the mix of cultures here, which anyway, and it feels very current. It feels very contemporary. The music isn't like Broadway. Sort of like music that were used for the soundtracks of all the Disney movies. This is a little bit more of a step up when it comes to feel to feeling more current, I would say, and I loved it. I really really loved it, especially, well, basically all the songs, like the introductory one, the Wish song by um oh, what's her name, Debose. Anyway, she was like so amazing, giving Asha's voice, and I don't know. And then King Magnifico's songs are also so cute, and actually not just cute but empowering, and it reminded me to the big villains that I remember growing up in the 90s, such as Frodo, or like I don't know, Hades. um I remember that, well, I think that the villains have always been very important, but again, it got me back to my childhood. So anyway, that's just like the general thing, and then if I'm getting into spoilers, well, what you can see here is that I got everything about the figurines. I'm considering buying the castle as well, and now that I also have the king and the Queen Maya and Seba Sabino as a figurine, I'm very much in love. So yeah. I might be doing that in the following weeks. I also got this really cute multicolored pen with a little star right there. So there are like two characters that are like the sidekick characters, and I would say Valentino is one of them, which is the cute character that would accompany Asha throughout the movie, and then Star, which is magical, but then not as much. I mean, it's as magical as us, so that makes us even more magical in a way, because again, it's just a reminder that it's all within us, and it's all within our love and action and bravery, and just working, and courage, and all these things that are very important just in life in general. So basically, the you know this kingdom is ruled, actually it was created by King Magnifico, and it characterizes itself because King Magnifico's well, you can share your most powerful wish when you turn 18, and then he promises to keep it safe forever. And then every now and then, every now and then, he decides to grant one of the wishes as he sees fit, which is again very random, and obviously not fair, because you soon realize that that is not a fair situation, and the wishes are actually not being part of the people who wish them anymore, and now they're part of this totalitarian king, and then he's the one in charge, um, deciding what to do with them. So that is when Asha realizes about that, and she feels very much with mixed feelings about the whole thing, and then ends up causing a bit of a rebellion, and this is very important because, okay, so the monarchy here, or the royal thing, is shown as established, and it's still established. Well, back in the day, well, it's still established in real life in many countries, and then, well, mainly in Europe, and then it has repercussions around the world. But anyway, the thing is that back in the day, these bloodlines that were royal, uh, you know, were more towards a totalitarian uh, source of power, as there was not democracy in many places, and so those were the rulers, and you just had to pray for them to be fair. But they weren't even elected by the people. So in today's world, it isn't like that. So it's they act as sovereign, as diplomats also of their own country in a way, but they can be like a political figure as such. And in these countries, normally there's like democracy being exercised in society, so it kind of goes hand by hand, and it isn't just left to those elected bloodlines as a thing. And that is what Asha does in a way. So the monarchy will remain, but she thinks King Magnifico is wrong, and Amaya, that's the queen, realizes about that too. So that is how I believe that by the end of the movie, there's been an establishment in which both the monarchy of the kingdom will continue, plus the extra action of the population being part of a democratic movement, and a democratic yeah, like act, which is how it should be, because again, everyone should just have the right to decide what's going on in any given society. So anyway, without getting too boring about that, but basically that is the thing about the movie. And I know it might, the thing is, for all of you who might be like probably having mixed feelings, or being upset about the upcoming live action of the Snow White movie, I think that Wish has already done it. Everything that I was like expecting that movie to be, with the spoilers coming from the actresses talking about it and all, um, it's happening in this movie already, so I wouldn't be as surprised. And then this movie is so gorgeous, and it's just like a true art piece in many ways, and I think people won't complain as much because nothing's been changed from an original idea. It's rather being a new idea put into this format. But again, there are so many references and links and things like that. And in this way, I believe that Asha acts a little bit as Snow White, but without being, a royal descendant. But she will end up having a similar power. So that is like, but it's just about being fair. And the thing about Snow White, which I think people is missing so very much, is that when the evil queen in the original storytelling asks the magic mirror who is the fairest of the land, it isn't about who's the prettiest or who's the most beautiful. It's about who's the fairest. And to be fair, like in English and in the translation, sometimes it's been missed in different languages, but it's about the um, um, who's the one that would be more just and will provide more justice in general. That's the meaning of being fair as well as beautiful in a way. So I think there was always that double meaning, and so at the end of the day, having Snow White as a powerful well, descendant to be a monarch one day, obviously replacing the evil queen. I think that's kind of very important. So I don't know how people is quite upset about it, because I believe it's very, very important. And then in this movie, there's not a love interest either for Asha as such without throughout the whole thing, which also made me feel like probably that's what they didn't want to remove the prince from Snow White, but they didn't want it to center about it in a similar manner to how it happens in this movie, because it's completely irrelevant to, anyway, probably again I'm talking too much, but I hope you enjoy. Well, anyway, I got this really beautiful pen which I loved. This is a little figurine that I treasure that came with the adventure book that I actually reviewed just some time ago. And then I also got these really nice notebook that I already started writing, and it has beautiful artwork um, from the film Time to Shine, Wishes Come True. Of course, they do come true. I mean, if they're reachable and you put your mind completely into them, and you work hard to make them come true, they will. Again, it isn't about magic as such, but about realizing that we have all the potential to be wishing stars in a way. And then I also got this stationery set that contains little erasers, and okay, so it also contains like a little notebook. I will show you, and a ruler, and I couldn't help myself. There's this little wish, hope, dream book which I love. Then there's also these little labels, all these erasers with Valentino, Star, and Asha. And then there's this ruler. There is also a little like sharpener, and a couple of like pencils with like Star and Valentino and the Star, and I don't know, so cute, so cute. I don't know, I can help myself, and I will definitely use it. That is the thing. And the last thing I got is this really cool over 500 stickers that we can get right here. Some of them are repeats, but with a different background, and I think these are so cute to decorate your your journal, your diary, whatever you really want to decorate. So I don't know, really nice. This is what I got. Again, I might be getting more. I really want to order the singing dolls, the one from Shop Disney and the one from Mattel, but that will have to come from the US because it's not sold in Europe. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed my little like opinion, thoughts, and feelings about this movie, and I would encourage you all to go and watch it and enjoy it in the cinema, and you let me know once you've done it, and I will be more than happy to get back to all of you as always. So for now, stay safe. I will be sharing so much more in just like no time. So stay safe and stay tuned, and I'll see you all very very soon. Bye bye.